so that the kids that ultimately graduate, if it was only about that, then all 100 kids would make the football team. But that coach is not going to allow someone to be a fullback or a quarterback or a wide receiver if they can't perform in those positions. He will tell them that they are no longer a member of the football team. And you know what? That's the way life is. When all of our young people become adults, that's exactly the way life will be. Those of us who are able to perform, to excel in certain things, we will find success, and we will be able to have a quality of life. What we've got to do as parents, as teachers, as coaches, is to instill that in our children while they're in elementary, middle, and high school. And we've got to make them understand that they have got to have high standards, and when those standards are not achieved, that there are consequences. And then we've got to work with them and help them measure up and move up to those standards so that they can know what success is, but also know what consequences are when those standards are not achieved.
So, let me give you a little story. So I guess I want to make sure that all the young people in the audience know is that you do want to go play in the big league, you're going to have to get a 2.0 just to get in the door at LSU, Southern, Alabama, all those other places. You got to go 2.0. All right. You will. All the big league places like UL. And so I guess the point is, why would you want to just shoot for a 1.5 if you're going to need a 2.0? I want to give you a little story. I got a call about 4 weeks ago. Does anybody know who Nick Saban is? Yeah. Raise your hand if you know who Nick Saban is. Right? He's the coach at Alabama. Used to be the coach at LSU, Miami. Nick Saban called me a few weeks ago. And he said there's a young man who we've given a 4-year scholarship to. But I'm not sure if he's going to be able to come to Alabama because he wasn't able to pass the graduate exit exam in high school. And the graduate exit exam is not really a very hard exam to pass. And here's a kid whose entire 4-year scholarship at Alabama was hanging in the balance. The good news is, after several trials, he did pass the GED, and he did go to Alabama. But what I'm wanting for you is, I want you to have that opportunity to go to ULL, Southern, LSU, Alabama, and all the other tremendous colleges out there. I want that opportunity for you. And here's the thing. Are you smart enough to get a 2.0? Or do we just believe you can't do it? I mean, why do we set a 1.5 anyway? Because we believe that you can't do better than a 1.5. That's the truth. Now, I believe that you can do better than 1.5. And I believe that if people demand that you do better than 2.0, you can. You can. And I've seen it happen. I've seen it even happen for band. I've seen high schools that require you to be average just to play in the band. And guess what kids do? They rise to the level of expectations. Everyone rises to the level of expectations. I don't believe that you can't make a 2.0. I am not going to dishonor you, disrespect you, that I don't believe that you can succeed. I respect you and honor you to believe that you can. When the parents especially push you to, I know you will. I know you will. And if you do, then you can go to the big league colleges. But if you don't, you can't.
I agree with everything. And I want to give you some of the reality. Last year I was in the principalship 3 years ago. I did a survey of all of the high school athletes in Lafayette Parish. We had almost none over 1.5. The currently playing athletes all had, and I wish I thought to bring it today, it was over a 2.0. Let me tell you what the reality is. The state also has all academic athletes competitions every year. And there are 3 or 4 sports that if you don't have a 4.0, your name won't even be submitted for all state all athletics. And even in football, where we have a lot of kids playing, you have to have a 3.4 if you're going to make all state all academic. The reality is we have a lot of very, very successful students in athletics because a lot of the same traits, the traits that make you a successful scholar, make you a successful athlete. And that's self-discipline, that's determination, that's drive, that's setting goals for yourself, that's accepting responsibility. And I advocate all those things. Now, I've heard on the 1.5, I think that's a tip of the iceberg discussion. But I heard a suggestion recently. Someone suggested to me that perhaps we could look at having freshmen and sophomores have to have all of their classes. And then as juniors, we put in a 2 or 2.5.
We can no longer give a smart children. Once upon a time, our forefathers, mothers used to speak time. They took the time ball out of our hand and put us with a football and basketball and said, that's acceptable. Let's keep it at a 1.9. The African American students, they can maintain that they're going to be able to play. But they're right after football. They're right after basketball. We can't let those students be exploited in a manner. If that's the manner it was exploited. That's the area you're going to put his name on the billboard because we just saying that's criminal self-doubt. And I am an African American bill wants to raise the standard for. I know we can do it. I know they can do it. If they can learn to play, if Les Miles can have expectations when his quarterback goes on the 4th-yard line and goes, he tells that kid, I want a touchdown. Why did you take that same innocent young and give him a touchdown when that same kid can't take that innocent young and it rises up 2.0? I don't understand. When students do good in school, the teacher says, that's my student. The teacher gets the credit. When the students do bad in school, the teacher says, that's the student and the parent. What about you in that? It takes a village to raise a kid. We all have to get involved.
I think that raising the standard from 1.5 to 2.0 will make a difference academically throughout the state of Louisiana. I believe the basic fundamental problem we have right now in our school systems around the state is that we have very little expectations of children, and especially those who are of market. And most of those happen to be African American children. The expectations are extremely low. And the reason I believe that they are, the reason I know that they are low is because when you look at the outcomes that we're having right now, among African American males, you have a dropout rate that are as high as 60% in some school districts in the state of Louisiana. And you have, and then the ones who do graduate, a significant number are not performing at the 12th grade level. A significant number are actually performing reading, writing, and arithmetic, maybe 2 or 3 grade levels behind. So when they do graduate, they're not able to go into the full curriculum of a particular major, be it a technical college, a community college, or 4-year college. They have to go through these remedial classes. If you talk to the post-secondary education institution leaders, you will they will tell you the large number of children who do graduate, they have to go to remedial classes. So we have children who are graduating, who can't perform at grade level, and then we have large numbers that are about to come sick. That's what we have in the state of Louisiana. And I do not see anywhere around